Okay, I'm going to open this meeting for Polk County Board of Commissioners for Wednesday, November 5th, 2025. All commissioners are present. Announcements are on agendas and extra copies are on that side table. First item up is for comments for items not on this agenda. Okay, all right. Next up is approval of the agenda.
So moved.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye, pass unanimously. Approval of the minutes from October 29th.
Also move.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 I'll abstain. Appeal for planning file RD 25-10. So we have this back in front of the board now because we have a full quorum and we need to have a presentation once again on what we're deciding on.
Yes.
Good morning,
See you
sir.
again.
Yeah.
My name is Eric Knudsen, Senior Planner for the Polk County Community Development Department. I'm here this morning to revisit a hearings body determination that was rescheduled from last Tuesday regarding an appeal for planning file RD 25-10. To recap, on June 2nd, 2025, the Polk County Community Development Department received planning file RD 25-10, which is an application proposing to establish a replacement dwelling on a property located within the timber conservation zone. On October 16th, 2025, the planning director found that the application did not comply with the applicable review and decision criteria and denied the application. Notice of this decision was sent to surrounding area property owners and other interested parties. On October 23rd, 2025, a timely appeal was submitted by the applicant. The appellant challenges the county's interpretation of facts and asserts that once a dwelling is lawfully established, the status is considered a vested dwelling. Polk County Zoning Ordinance Section 111.280 requires the Board of Commissioners to determine the hearing body on an appeal. The board can direct staff to schedule a public hearing before the Polk County Hearings Officer or schedule the hearing before the Board of Commissioners. Due to the technical nature of this application and appeal, and because this appeal is not a matter of countywide policy, staff recommends that the board set the public hearing before the Polk County Hearings Officer.
Okay, board members, any questions or discussion?
So I'll just restate, especially for Commissioner Morris wasn't here. It's still my position that I'd like to hear this at the Board of Commissioner level for a couple of reasons. One is the history on this property and the adjoining properties shows like the county commissioners occupied that quasi-judicial role for some of the land use decisions. I'd like to give the benefit of that to the applicant. Whether or not that will result in a different decision than the hearings officer is, irrelevant and likely may not. But also, this is a 72-year-old person who's looking to build a house that's single story. And I want to make sure he has an opportunity to make his case to his electeds. But
Okay.
It's the hearing process too, the hearings officer process.
And for the benefit of the commissioner who wasn't here when that motion was made, and I would not second it because I do not agree. And I think our hearings officer process is what we've been doing is consistent, has been consistent for as long as I've been here. And I have never heard a protest from anybody about that process. And I think it's fair. It's a unconnected third-party process with plenty of opportunity for people to have an actual hearing and bring testimony. And I would prefer that it goes to the hearings officer. So what say you?
Well, in this case, I think I may prefer it goes to the hearing officer. I want it to be fair and make sure that we follow the law and ordinances set forth that are here. It's always been that way. And he can always appeal it to LUBA or to a couple other avenues once that's done. But I think the expertise is what should be followed as everyone else. So I'll move that we move to the hearing officer.
And I will second. Any further discussion?
I'll just say I do fully trust the hearings officer process. I'm in prior roles at the city, I occupied a quasi judicial role more often, so I suppose I'm a little more comfortable in that. And regardless of who hears it, everyone's bound by the law. But I respect the preference for a hearings officer, and that's usually where I go to. So I appreciate the majority preference.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay?
May.
Okay. It passes and it will go to the hearings officer. Thank you for your presentation and your patience.
Yep, thank you.
Okay, do we have anything? Oh, wait, no. Do we have a need for an executive session?
Yes, sir. The board will meet in executive session pursuant to ORS 192-660 sub 2F to consider information or records that are exempt by law from public introduction.